welcome to God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson. Reach him at gods5minutes@gmail.com. Now, here's Ed Wilson with God's 5 Minutes.
Hello, friends. Luke 2 begins, "And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. And this taxing was first made when Cyrenius was governor of Syria. And all went to be taxed, every one into his own city. And Joseph also went up from Galilee, out of the city of Nazareth, into Judea, unto the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house and lineage of David, to be taxed with Mary his espoused wife, being great with child. And so it was, that while they were there, the days were accomplished that she should be delivered. And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn." It is this story, so simply and beautifully told, that has thrilled and acted upon the Christian world from that day until this, and shall until the end of time, and onward into ceaseless eternity. The prophet Micah foretold it, the birth. "But thou, Bethlehem Ephratah, though thou be little among the thousands of Judah, yet out of thee shall he come forth unto me that is to be ruler in Israel, whose goings forth have been from of old, from everlasting." Can any of us look at events in the world around us and find out the ones that are the special, providential hand of God, shaping our course and destiny? No, none of us, and yet it's there. In this case, had the Emperor Augustus made his decision 3 months earlier or 3 months later, the unfolding of the plans of God would have been thrown into confusion. God knew how long it would take to set the registration machinery of the empire into action. He knew precisely how long it would take for officials to reach their place of duty. When every detail had been finalized, things began to move, not primarily as the emperor decreed, but according to the will of the Almighty. Surely it is a happy thing for any of us to have his future resting in the hands of the Lord. Caesar's decree didn't require that Mary go, only Joseph. No doubt Mary went to be with him, and what a reluctant decision it must have been. One wonders at what moment she must have realized her journey had been planned of God, for as a well-taught Hebrew girl she surely knew of Micah's prophecy of where Jesus was to be born. If so, perhaps she had a moment like Jacob when she saw his latter vision and said, "Surely the Lord is in this place, and I knew it not." But haven't we all had that experience? Swaddling clothes were long strips of cloth the Jews wrapped around their waists when in long journeys for use in preparing a body should a death occur. So Jesus was wrapped in Joseph's death cloth. Luke named the swaddling clothes before he did the manger. Perhaps we may justly consider them a sign from God of Jesus' mission into the world to die for all. And the shepherds were told these clothes would be for a sign they had found the correct baby. For those of us who love the Lord, this wonderful old story has entered into our very souls, and the modern tendency to try to take Christ out of Christmas seems, well, silly. We delight in our homes and public places to set up scenes to reconstruct His marvel and beauty. We fondly sing carols from generations past to sharpen into our senses the role it plays in our Christian faith. Silent night, holy night, the hopes and fears of all the worlds. O come all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Hark the herald angels sing, joy to the world. And Martin Luther's beloved old refrain, away in a manger, no crib for a bed. The answer to all that we find lacking in the world, plus the hope of a better one to come, are all wrapped up with the Savior in the swaddling clothes that Mary used to bind him before she laid him in his manger cradle in Bethlehem's tiny little village so many years ago. One of history's great disappointments is that so many of his own people never did find a place for him in their lives better than a stable. Thank God it's not necessary for you or me to repeat that mistake. Have you talked to him today?
You have been listening to God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson. Reach him by email at godsfiveminutes@gmail.com. Tune in next time to hear more encouraging thoughts from God's Word on God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson.